11:47 p.m. She's been scrolling for an hour. A promotion. An engagement. A finish line. Everyone's life is moving except the one holding the phone. And the post that hurts most? The one from the person she helped get there. She did everything right. She worked. She served. She opened doors for other people. So why is she still in exactly the same place? If you have ever felt forgotten watching everyone move forward while your life stands still, this story was written for you. Because almost 4,000 years ago, a young man received a dream straight from God and then spent 13 years watching the dream fall apart. His name was Joseph. And his story begins at the bottom of a pit. Joseph was 17. The favorite son. His father gave him a richly ornamented coat and his brothers never forgave him for it. Then came the dreams. Sheaves of wheat bowing down to a sheaf. Sun, moon, and 11 stars bowing before him. God was showing him his future. But he told his brothers everything. And envy, fed a little every day, slowly turns into something much darker. One afternoon, in a field far from home, they grabbed him. They ripped off the coat, threw him into a dry pit, and sat down to eat their meal while he screamed below. Then they sold him for 20 pieces of silver. The boy with the God-given dream left Canaan in ropes, headed for Egypt. In Egypt he was sold as a slave into the house of Potiphar, captain of the guard. He could have quit on the inside. Instead, he worked. And scripture repeats one line like a heartbeat: the Lord was with Joseph. He rose until his master trusted him with everything he owned. Then Potiphar's wife set her eyes on him day after day. He refused, day after day. Until she grabbed his cloak and lied. Joseph did the right thing. And doing the right thing cost him everything. He was thrown into the king's prison. Faithful and still falling. Sound familiar? But even in prison, the same heartbeat, the Lord was with Joseph. Soon he was running the whole cell block, a leader nobody on the outside could see. One morning he noticed two royal prisoners looking troubled, and he asked why. A man at the bottom of the pit, still paying attention to other people's pain. The cupbearer had dreamed of a vine, the baker of baskets. God gave Joseph both interpretations. Freedom for one. Death for the other. Both came true in 3 days. And Joseph asked for one thing. Just one. When it goes well with you, remember me. Mention me to Pharaoh. Get me out of this place. 3 days later, the prison door opened. The cupbearer walked out into the sunlight, back to the palace, and the door closed again, with Joseph still inside. And the Bible ends the chapter with the cruelest sentence in Joseph's story: the cupbearer did not remember Joseph. He forgot him. 2 full years. 730 mornings of waking up in a cell, wondering if today someone would finally remember. Nobody did. Everyone he had helped moved on. And heaven stayed silent. But here is what Joseph could not see: the forgetfulness of men is not the forgetfulness of God. In that silence, a governor was being formed. Then, in a single night, everything changed. Pharaoh dreamed of 7 fat cows devoured by 7 starving ones, and no wise man in all of Egypt could explain it. And in the throne room, the cupbearer went pale. Today I remember my failure. There was a young Hebrew in the prison, and everything he interpreted came true. They ran to get him. Joseph shaved, changed his clothes, and walked out of the pit straight into the presence of the most powerful man on earth. Pharaoh said, "I hear you can interpret dreams." Joseph answered, "It is not in me." God will give Pharaoh the answer. 13 years of silence had not made him bitter. They had made him ready. That same day Pharaoh gave him his signet ring, fine linen, a gold chain, and the second chariot of Egypt. From the pit to the palace in one morning. But the preparation took 13 years. So if tonight you're the one scrolling, watching everyone move on while you stand still, do what Joseph did in the cell. Step 1. Do the invisible work with excellence. Faithfulness in the dark is never wasted. Step 2. Look up from the feed and serve the person right in front of you. Joseph noticed 2 troubled faces in a prison. Helping someone breaks the paralysis of comparison. Step 3. Change the question. Not why not yet, but what is this season building in me that my calling will one day require? The waiting is not lost time. It is formation. The dream God gave Joseph at 17 came true at 30, bigger than he ever imagined. Being forgotten by people never meant being forgotten by God. And it doesn't for you, either. Tell me in the comments, which step do you need most this week, the invisible work, the serving, or the new question? Next week, how one man stayed faithful under deadly pressure and God shut the mouths of the lions.
Before you go, if this story spoke to you, help us keep telling stories like this. Every episode on this channel is independently produced, and every like, subscription, and share helps this community grow, allowing us to create even better biblical stories with stronger visuals, deeper storytelling, and higher production quality. So if you want to support this mission, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what comes next.